up guys, Scott here. Today we're going to be making some music and we're going to be syncing up the Moog DFAM with the LYRA8. Woo! And we're going to be doing that in two different ways. We're going to be using the pitch of the DFAM to sequence the Lyra. We're going to be using the CV voices input in the back, and you're just going to need a handy dandy 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch adapter for that guy, for the patch cable. And after we do that, we're going to be bringing the output of the Lyra into the external audio of the DFAM, and we're going to be using the DFAM to gate the incoming signal with these velocity knobs. So let's see what happens. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sequence the Lyra with the pitch of the DFAM. So we've got the pitch out and we're going CV voices input on the back. And how I like to start this is I like to put all of the mod and sharp and tune knobs, the pitch knobs, I like to put them around 1 p.m.-ish, and then just kind of go from there, see what happens. Also for the CV, when you have the CV voices input in the back, you want these modulation switches to be in the down position, so it knows to take that signal when there's something plugged into the back of it. And I've already set up a drum beat on the DFAM doing its thing. And now, to drone single voices on the Lyra, it's very convenient to use a coin, or anything conductive works. Alright, we're going to mess around with the pitch knobs a little bit. Alright, let's bring in another voice. Okay, now there's a very specific relationship between the mod knobs and the tune knobs, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. I'm just going to bring in a few more voices. That's pretty nasty. Get them all going. Ah! Okay. So as you can see, this thing can get pretty wild immediately when you sequence it with that CV voices input in the back. Now, with this current setup, there's a very interesting relationship between these mod and tune knobs. So if I drone one single voice, and the mod knob and the tune knob are pointing the same way right now, but if we bring the mod knob higher, see, it stops accepting this signal. And it kind of depends on where this pitch is at, but if you bring the mod lower, it's more of the notes that are sent to this certain voice are going to shine through. If you bring it all the way down, it's just going to drone like normal. Okay, but now as you bring it up, so when it's about facing the same way, all the notes are shining through, right? But now, watch this. If I bring the mod knob up a little bit, make it a little more selective of the notes that are incoming, and then we switch this modulation switch to the upward position. So normally 3/4 would modulate 1 and 2, but now with the CV voices setting, it's a strange relationship. So where there's gaps in the original sequence from 1 and 2, this tends to fill in the gaps. right, let's do the same thing with these two sets. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna flick this switch up. And then it's all about just fine adjusting the knobs and just finding a sweet spot. Ooh, get some weird flutter going on. Alright, so that is the first way. I love syncing these two instruments up together. You can get some totally whacked out results. And you know, like any Soma instrument, it's all about feeling it out and just fine tuning, whether it's talking to you or you're talking to it. There can be some really cool results with this setup. And now the next thing I want to do is we're going to keep the CV voices running into there, but now I'm going to have the LYRA output going into the external audio input of the DFAM. So now, when the noise, with the external audio plugged in, this noise knob will now be the volume for the incoming signal. Let's pay attention to the decay knob and the velocity knobs, and these are going to be gates for letting the LYRA through. So let's start this guy back up. Let's just get a couple of these guys droning. Alright, now we're going to turn up the noise. Kind of a nice little staccato guy going on. Now if we turn up the decay, yeah, that's hot. Alright, now let's mess around with these guys. That's all about feeling it out. Oh, I like that. Okay, now, if you want to add a little more crunch, one of the things I like to do is patch the VCO into the noise. That's VCO1. Let's see how VCO2 sounds. I think I like VCO1 better. And one more way, I like to add a little extra crunch. Take the velocity, bring that into the VCA decay. Turn the decay down a little bit, and then just start messing with these guys more. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That is some nasty noise. A little ugly in the best way. Kind of demented. Just fine adjusting, just feeling it out. Alright guys, well those are two of my favorite ways to sync up these two noisy noise monstrosities. Pretty freaking noise-tastic, if I don't say so myself. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and say what's up in the comments, and give me a like or a subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one guys, take care.